careful what I'm saying here, but it's a true event, statements of what's been happening, you know. Angela and I had split up when Cassie was 6 months old. She moved into a furnished flat in Cranhill, the other side of Glasgow, so it took me a few times to get all the things up there to Cranhill, but eventually she got a nice wee flat, but it was an unfurnished flat, so they came to live with me over the Christmas and New Year, and I got Cassie and Sean Paul, and you know, the family's back together for a little while, and we enjoyed the festive seasons and that. And after a few arguments, as they break out, you know, everyone breaks out with those, I got them moved back in. It took me 6 weeks to decorate and get it all for Cassie to be living in. And I did it, you know, a couple of days a week for 6 weeks. But time was ready, they had to move, so I moved them in. But after a year, they lived up there, things were good, and you know, it was like every third, second or third weekend I could go and visit Cassie, and it was, well, hey, party, daddy's here, you know, and it was great, and they would even let me spend the weekend with his family, you know. We don't dislike each other, we get on, you know, we do, we love each other, you know, but we can't live together, that's the thing. Yeah, so, you know, I was going there and it was great, and, you know, spending my time, and things were magic, and then this this lady, the house we bought above Angela, it's a 4 apartment, and they're well renowned for their noise complaints, you know, from neighbours, because they can hear each other. There's chimneys in these little cardboard houses, I call them. But I sold one for 15,000 to my aunt as a tenant's right to buy. What would you call me? I was a financial consultant, you know, for a mortgage company. And it's, by the way, today is the 22nd of May, and it's a Sunday, and it's just gone 2:30, and my bar doesn't open till 7, so I'm nowhere near intoxicated or anything in my blood or system. So it's the truth. So, you know, I'd visit Angie, and things are great, but this neighbour moved in, and every time he heard my voice, you know, because got slight hearing impairment from previous things, it banged. It set the dogs off, and waking up everyone, waking up the children, because he didn't like my voice. And he called 9 times to have the police call out, and numbers of times, 9 at a time. But, you know, I didn't, you know, the police were giving me a lift home. I was like, it's my voice he's complaining about. You know, I'm half deaf and I've got a voice, and he doesn't like my voice because he can hear it, because he's been ruling this house with an iron foot for almost a year. So he planned an attack, because he seen me coming back. He planned to attack me. He went around, when he seen me leave the house to go to the shops, he went around to annoy Angela, so that when I come back, I would go to his door and he could attack me. But unfortunately, Angela, it was Angela's mum that opened the door, and he screamed and bawled and shouted forehead to forehead in her face. So, and then he ran back in his house, because he noticed it wasn't Angela, it was her mum, you know, and he said, how long have you been here? And her mum said, longer than you know, and he'd only been there a year, you know. He didn't know that Margaret Ann actually lived there. That's how quiet they are. You know, he thought it was just Angela's voice he could hear. Single parent mother who sells drugs to all these carers that come to visit Cassie. Angela's supposed to be selling drugs to them. You know, we don't have 2 quid to rub together. You know, every day's food hand to mouth, we feed. But no, this man had judged us as we're all, I don't want to use the word, you know, a junkie family, but we're not. We're far from it, you know, and I cry at that word, so I won't use it ever again in this conversation or in any other. But he planned an attack. Angela, I think, tippled to what he's going to attack us, you know. So she went round and chapped his door, and she seen him holding something back, and I mean, yeah, what's that you're hiding? And he pushed her, and he's a mountaineer man. He launched her in the air and landed on the wheelie bins. Now at that, I came running up to, hey, Angela, you okay? And he fucking, boom, he hit me in the temple with a snooker ball. Boom, right in the fucking side of my head. And it knocked me clean out. And I woke up, standing up, and I went, he knocked me out. And tried to go again. Boom, same again. Fucking hell. Hey, he's knocked me out. And I tried, and I was going to go for him again, because he's attacking. I was going to go for him again, and Angela grabbed me by my left arm with her right arm and pulled me backwards, going, oh, thank fuck, it's Angie, get me away from this. You know what I mean? But as she leaned forward again to grab her brother by her left arm, this man leaned forward and punched her and broke her eye socket, you know? And I grabbed Angela and I'm trying to get Angela away from this man, you know, and Graham had launched a little bike. He picked up a little children's bike to launch at him, so he's got behind his door, you know, and I went back and I started kicking at his door. I was wanting the door down. Attack me, I'm fucking attack now. And I kicked and the door came off at the bottom hinge, but all my trainers burst. You know, a brand new pair of fucking trainers all burst open. And I didn't get the door open, thankfully, because he would have killed me. That third blow would have killed me. But the police came and they arrested myself and Angela's brother, who had to go and finish in Berlin and missed his children's Christmas that year, and my son Sean Paul at 18, you know, and as I got away from the door after kicking it and that, Sean Paul came running to get a bit of reaction, and no, Sean Paul, no, come back son, come back, he will hurt you, that man was on killer mode, he fucking planned a full frontal assault on my family, and since then, I've been charged with a breach and let go, and I promised not to go near that address. So I've missed, God knows how many weekends I've missed partying with my wee Cassie and the rest of my family, because we all love each other and show respect, and we don't make that much fucking noise. My voice is all he hears, and my life has been ruined by this man. 3 angry men have ruined my life, in fact. An angry man came in and attacked me in my bed. It was 2. And an angry man came into my house and murdered his friend. It was 3. 3 angry men have ruined my life, my prospects, everything. Yeah, so that's my rant, you know. If I've got to go to jail, I'm saying my lawyer.
You know, that's the gist of that wee video. It does go on longer, but I can't send it for it's far too long. But that man believed Angela was a single parent mother living in that house on her own with Sean Paul and the baby. He didn't know about Margaret Ann living there for a year. He also didn't, he thought I was her father. And every time I showed up, he didn't know I was Cassie's father, Sean Paul's father, and Angela's ex-partner. He thought, what he thought was I was her father or something. But every time I showed up, he would try and get me present. He was the one not registered as staying in that house. He was the one breaking the COVID restrictions, which he used against us, at least in 9 different occasions, saying that we were breaking COVID rules when that house was my second bubble. And I dare say the house that he was in wasn't his second bubble. You know, he wasn't registered as living in that house. He paid £100,000 for a house that I sold for $15,000 to my aunt and uncle in it under the Tenants' Right to Buy scheme during the Margaret Thatcher era. I was a financial consultant for a company called Home Purchase Advisory and Homes Assured, 2 different companies. You know, Home Purchase Advisory was Dunfermline, Homes Assured, Hillington Industrial Estate. But this man thought Angela was alone and he was going to kill me. He was allowed to get he could kill me with 1 blow outside his front door. That's what he believes. But